Deep within us lives a force both beautiful and dangerous. We call it nostalgia. Like Orpheus descending into the underworld, we too are called backward, drawn by the siren song of what once was. And in this looking back, we meet a truth as old as myth itself. Nostalgia bears a double face. Listen to the ancient stories. They speak not of distant times, but of patterns that move through us still. The myth tells us Orpheus lost his beloved Eurydice to death. In his grief, he descended into Hades itself and won her back through his music. But the gods set one condition. He must first lead her to the surface without looking back. At the threshold of life, something pulled him to turn. He looked back. One glance, and she was vanished forever. What compelled him? Was it love, or was it something deeper? That human inability to trust the forward path. In that single moment, devastated and complete, we see the shadow side of remembrance. When we look back from the unconscious, possessed by loss, something within the darkness pulls, and that pull turns us into pillars of salt, like Lot's wife fleeing her burning city. When we dwell in what Jung called the realm of Hades, that dark country of dependency and despair, we're not standing on solid ground. We're in the underworld itself, and from this place of possession, nostalgia becomes enchantment. The unconscious pulls us back, pulls us down. We become like unprepared heroes in fairy tales who venture into the beyond to find themselves caught, crystallize, unable to return to the flowing river of life. The past is no longer a garden we once knew. It becomes a labyrinth, and there is no escape. In this state, memory is not remembrance, it's possession. We do not hold the past holds us. Like salt dissolved in water, we lose our essential form. We become indistinguishable from the longing that consumes us. Images that once carried joy now carry what Rilke called the gravity of pure substance. They pull us down to the depths where time stands still, where the heart forgets to beat with the rhythm of the present moment. This is what happens when we look back from Hades. The unconscious pulls, and we cannot resist. We turn to stone. Yet there is another way to look back, one that leads not to petrification, but to transformation. And it depends entirely on where we stand. When we stand on solid ground, rooted in consciousness, aware of who we have become through the journey's many turnings, everything changes. From this vantage point, the unconscious cannot pull us back. We are not in the darkness, we stand above it, looking down with clear eyes. Here, nostalgia reveals its sacred gift. We gaze upon our past self through the lens of what Jung called the transcendent function, that miraculous capacity to hold both what was and what is in a single encompassing vision. From this conscious ground, we discover something profound. We cannot truly return home, not because the path is blocked, but because we are no longer the same travelers who first set out. Like Odysseus, who wandered 20 years before reaching Ithaca, we find that our home has become something new, transformed by our absence, transformed by our return. The nostalgia we feel from this place is not the desperate clinging like Orpheus in the underworld. It's a gentle recognition of a pilgrim who stands in daylight, carrying the past as a blessing, not a burden. From here, we see how every ending was also a beginning, how every loss contained the seed of what we would become. The childhood we remember with aching sweetness, we understand now it was meant to end. The very perfection lay in its passing. The love that broke our heart, we perceive now it opened us to loves we could have never imagined. This is the alchemy of mature nostalgia. It transforms the lead of longing into the gold of gratitude. We learn to hold the memory not as prison, but as prism, refracting the light of experience into all its hidden colors. The myth reveals a singular truth. Where we stand determines what pulls us. From the underworld, possessed and unconscious, nostalgia drags us into petrification. Like Orpheus, like Lot's wife, we turn and we are lost. But from conscious ground, rooted and aware, nostalgia becomes something else entirely. A sacred reflection, a way of seeing how each joy and each sorrow has woven the unique tapestry of our becoming. The question is never whether we will look back. We will. We must. The question is only this: From where do we turn our gaze? From Hades or from home?